When the audience gets in this car, they should feel like they've gotten in the car of that 16-year-old who just got his license and floors it everywhere. And you get in that car once with this guy, but you never get in the car again with him. Growing up with this show and growing up with Smokey and the Bandit, I could never change the car. The car was the whole reason to even do the movie in the first place, you know? It's the car. It's about the car.
The '69 Charger. It's quite the car. I mean, it's General Lee, man. Everybody knows what it is.
One of the biggest looks that the Charger had early on was what they call the raking effect, which is the rear wheels are off the ground higher than the front wheels. I think the fact that it's big and it's wide, but it's sleek, it has a look of power.
I mean, I just sort of started to really enjoy shooting the long, flat planes and where that would curve into the roof, and I mean, it's a really kind of a great-looking car on film.
We bought 25 cars originally and started building them. Just pretty much just got on eBay and started looking for '69 Chargers. We bought a lot of '68s and we all converted them to '69s, which is basically the tail pan and the grille, and everything else in the car is exactly the same. We do have a couple '70s also, which we backdated as to '69s.
Well, you have a car that's being asked to almost become a character in the movie. You know, a car that tilts, a car that flies, a car that does, you know, drifting shots, you know, stuff that a car wasn't designed to do for the most part. So it was very challenging to meet, you know, those requests consistently, every day in and day out, no breakdowns.
If you've ever shot car stuff, it's always been very frustrating because you have these high-speed stunts that are done at 80 miles an hour, and then you've got the actors in the car and they're moving at 35. What Dan Bradley and his guys came up with was this thing called the Go-Mobile. We have cameras and lights, and then there's a driver at the front of it. So, but it's all one piece, so you can drive this thing 80 miles an hour, and the actors are in it.
We knew in theory that, you know, we could break the car in half and mate it with another car. So it's like we'd have first half Go-Mobile, the driver's pod, and then we could mate it to the frame of another car. It had to be the right car, and Dukes of Hazzard gave us the perfect platform. It's a '69 Charger, which is a fairly heavy, substantial car. It has a full roll cage in it, which gives the car extra stability. We could take the body and put it facing forward or flip it around so it's facing backwards and get shots as if they're driving backwards through traffic.
Back on second unit, we ski to General Lee, which means it's on two wheels, skiing through this barn. And now to put the actors in the scene, we've mounted a buck, which is the body of a General Lee, onto the Go-Mobile, and it tilts via pneumatics. So we come through, hit a button, the buck goes up on its side as if it were skiing, and the actors can be inside and we can film dialogue as they're going through the barn.
This is another one of Dan Bradley's, what we'll call a complex toy, which is creating a remote drive vehicle. The really cool thing about remote drives is it allows us to look forward, which is not always an easy shot to get because the actors would have to be driving, as well as the trunk and the rear section of the car is removable. So we can actually put an operator or a camera in the back looking forward.
You know, the General Lee is an icon. You know, it's almost an actor in its own right. It's a famous car. I think for that time period, you had a car performing stunts and tricks that were real. People could relate to them. They weren't CGI. It was real people behind the wheel sliding that car around. And I know for myself, you know, it was amazing to see some of the jumps and the tricks and the slides that they were doing then. And hopefully we've been able to inject that into the new movie now.